I'd like to welcome to the show, Shayne. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited to chat with you. This has been on my bucket list ever since I saw you on Love Is Blind. So I'm very, very, very excited to chat with you today.
I mean, let's move past Love is Blind. Now we're perfect match.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Shane, we got to know you on Love is Blind season 2, your first trip into the Netflix reality world. But recently you were on Netflix's Perfect Match. How did that come about? And was there any hesitation on your part to go on the show?
Yeah. So you know, Love is Blind was a very traumatic experience. It was horrible. It was like, and you see, even the show right now going on right now, Love is Blind is like it's toxic. Like one bad thing you do in that show, man, they come after you hard. Like it's like they're hardcore, like you love them because they're so intense with it, but like you also like it's tough. You go through a lot of tough stuff, and it's like Perfect Match was like it was so much more like it was just a breath of fresh air. It was awesome. So, but like Love Is Blind. After that, I thought to myself, and me and Natalie dated a few times after the show and whatnot, and I'm like, what could possibly go worse after Love Is Blind? What could work? What could be worse? I Let me put myself out there. Let's have fun, and let's try it out. So yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, so when you arrive at the house at Perfect Match, what happened next?
I'll be honest with you, man. When you arrive at that house, you black out. You almost like black out. Like it's like you have cameras everywhere. You have like 10 cameras over on this side, 10 cameras over here, and you see all these like Netflix stars, like right in front of your face. And it's like, what am I doing here? Like, what's going on? And you like, kind of black out. You like, what am I doing? And you walk down the stairs, and like it's just like crazy. It's like, what is my life? It's crazy. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. You can't. It's just your adrenaline is so high. It's undescribable. It's crazy.
So after in that first episode, the first couple episodes, how they air, not obviously how it all goes down because I know everything's edited down or whatever. But obviously, you match with the Ness and you kind of figure out the lay of the land, I guess you could say, of what the show is going to be about and what
Yep.
the inspiration behind. My question to you is: was your intention to go in there and try to find possibly that perfect match? Was that your goal?
So my intention was like Love Is Blind as well. It was never for Love Is Blind. I didn't go in thinking like not thinking. I didn't go in like saying I'm gonna marry someone. I go in open minded, and I'm like, you know what? If something happens, it happens. It's great. And coming off Love Is Blind, it was a rough time for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna force anything. I'll go in. If I find something, I find something. And I didn't go in thinking I'm gonna find my perfect match. Absolutely not. I'm like, what are the odds? You never go in thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna find my no, you don't think that kind of stuff, but like you hope for it kind of, but like you can't like have expectations like thinking like that's gonna happen. So like you walk in, you have fun, and like if it happens, it happens. And no, so I did not think I would find it, but I wanted to put myself out there and have fun with it. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot because it's like you're right. I mean, first off, you're in a short amount of window, and the big difference between the first show and now Perfect Match was you are meeting with people from like all over the world. You know what I mean? Like
And you
love is
see them, and you see them, and you see
well,
them,
yeah, well that's that's
and you see their face. Yes.
yeah, that and you see their face but I do think that was a bit of a hard thing for you guys on the show was obviously if you do match with somebody, if you do connect with somebody, oh hey, I connected with somebody in Australia, like that is like very hard on you. But throughout your first couple episodes in the show, you matched with Ines, a little bit of Izzy, you kind of went back and forth a little bit, and then of course episode 6 comes around, Mitchell comes in the house and kind of throws everything for a loop.
Yep.
um
Yeah.
the splash sequence obviously happened. My question to you is, what was it like kind of watching that situation unfold back?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's like so I never watched the full scenes of Perfect Match. Same way with Love Is Blind. I never watched full scenes because you'll see it on the internet. You'll see like the funny, the important ones. You'll see them. Um, and of course, I knew that scene would air. I knew it would. It was. I mean, listen. Now looking back right now, it's funny. You laugh at it now. It's funny, right? But during that time, people understand. It's like that's horribly traumatic. Like what happened? Like it was like it was not scripted. It was nothing. It was like it was real. It was completely real. And of course, it would happen to me. Like it just happened. It happened to me. I mean, thank God I didn't like slip and fall. At least that would have been horrifying. I mean, but like, it was completely real. But me and Mitchell are great now. We talk. I mean, he's a great guy, and the whole situation was like completely ridiculously like random. It was randomly happened. Okay, it was completely random. Because trust me, I would never ever let myself have that happen to myself. If it was scripted, I would never have it. No, absolutely not. No, but it's like people don't understand. It's like when you go through that kind of stuff after what I went through on Love Is Blind, it's like, and then that happens. It was traumatic. It was like, dude, like what the fuck? Like what's going on in my life? So like it was very tough. It was very tough.
Yeah, when I watched that scene back, first off, like I understood watching why, like you were in the middle of matching with somebody, and then somebody comes in, kind of takes that person away from you in that scenario and what you're doing, and then I would have been just as mad. Like I would, like the water splat. It obviously in that moment you think like this is intentional, like this is like
Yeah.
but obviously it was by happenstance. But of course, then
It's ego, right? It's like
yeah, for sure.
you have all these people who have, you know, a personality and they have a following. It like we all have egos now, right? So it's like Love Is Blind. We were nothing, you know. We were just like whatever it was. Now we all have egos and we think we're better or you know whatever it is, right? It's like we're all good looking. We think at least you know whatever it is, and it's like yeah, it's like we all have egos, and it's like that's what like killed it. But like yeah, it's like but like again, you know, me and Mitchell were great. The guy, that guy's a great human being, and like, you know, it's just it happened. You know, it just is what it is. It's a moment in time. It happened. And it's like, you know, we're trying to like play it off, have fun with it. And, you know, it's like if you can't have a sense of humor with that kind of stuff, then like you know, you should be on TV with it, whatever it is. You know, so yeah.
I agree with that. And then, of course, obviously in episode 9, you get the call back, right? You know what I mean? You left the show for a couple episodes, you get the call back to go back on the date with
Yeah.
Chloe. What was it like getting that call?
Man, it was like I still had feelings where I was a little up. You know, it's like you had I thought this was the person, and then you know, it's like this was the lowest of my life. It was like, you know, I went back to my wedding day where that was the worst day, like you know, ever, and like the waterfall scene felt like that kind of again a little bit, and it was like, but when you see her, you know, when you see Chloe glowing and happy and as beautiful as she is, it's like you know, you forget it all, and you're just like you're happy. So yeah,
One of the things that I find interesting about this entire situation when you go on these reality shows is obviously people on social media.
yeah.
I know often I've seen recently, obviously, you try to make light of some of the things that are said, but take me behind what it's like and kind of list the people listening, what it's like
I'll be
seeing some
honest.
of the stuff.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Perfect Match is I mean, Perfect Match is like legit, like a godsend compared to Love Is Blind. Love Is Blind is it's suicidal. Like honestly, it prepare it the stuff that they do, the comments and everything. It's legit. It will prepare you for anything you want in your life. It will. It really will. Good or bad, whatever it is. Um, it's not fair for anyone. I don't care what you do. You know, I really don't care what you do. It's not fair. But like going on per match, it's like, what have you heard any drama about per match like in the last week or two? Have you heard anything like relatively no? Love Is Blind. That was months and months of drama. It kept going and going. Right? It's like it's like it wasn't healthy. But now when you do a per match, it's like we're professionals. You know, we're respectful of our you know of the people, and it's like that. It's like it's awesome. I love it. I really do appreciate all that kind of stuff. I really do.
Yeah, it's something that I tried to make people understand that at the end of the day, you guys are human beings too. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
guys are
Yeah. I mean,
humans.
we are, but we make mistakes and we deserve, you know, we just, but I tried talking about like you know, the people who got hate this first part. It's like, no, no one deserves that hate in the world. No one does. And I don't like, obviously there's like 3 or 4 things in the world that you can really do to like, but like, I mean, no one deserves the millions of hate because you can't learn from that because you don't think about learning. You think about all the hate you're getting. You never think about growing. It's like you don't. It's very tough. It's very tough, and that's why it's like it's very toxic. The Lose One stuff is very toxic. So I'm very thankful that I mean, at the end of the day, I'm very thankful kind of because I have very thick skin now, like, where I'm like, I get it. But like it was a dark time. It was tough. It was very tough. It was very tough.
I understand.
Yeah.
Um, what was it like coming back from the show? You did the show, perfect match. You come back. Was there any expectations between you and Chloe once you left the show, or anything like that?
I mean, so here's the thing. It's like I've been thinking about this. I've been talking about with a few cast members and everything. It's like if the show wants to be successful, I think it has to be quicker. Like turnaround. It was 8 months after the show aired, and it's like if we're dating people from other countries or we're dating, like the long distance stuff, it has to be quicker because how do you expect people to be like quiet or like anything for 8 months? You know what I mean? It's like it's very difficult. Um, expect and I don't know. It's like when you get to the real world, your phone's in like your life and jobs, whatever. It's like it's a whole different world, man. It's very difficult, and it's like it. You need to set everyone up for success, and it's like when you leave, you go nothing, and it's like I feel like it's almost impossible. It's very tough.
Yeah, I noticed that recently on on season 4 of Love Is Blind. They filmed that last year at the same time as season 3 or whatever it was, and it's like that's a long time to
Well, it's 8 to 10 months turnaround. Yeah, it's 8 to 10
yeah.
months turnaround. It's
Yeah.
like you guys like. I mean,
A lot
figure
of
it out.
things happen.
Like
A lot of things
at
happen.
this point, at this point, in the world we live in, it's like figure it out. So much happens in even a week for our lives. Like it has to be a quicker turnaround. It has to be.
Now, an idea that I've talked to several other people on Perfect Match. The idea I want Netflix to bring in like a challenge style show where it's like a competitive. That would be great, would it not? Would you partake?
So here's the thing with that though too is like I would love like my like dream was when I was younger like MTV The Challenge. Like I loved Johnny Bananas. I loved CT. That was that was my life. I loved it. Okay, but nowadays it's so controversial with liabilities and everything. It's so hard to do that kind of stuff. And I saw on our show, it took hours and hours and hours for our challenges, and they weren't even that like difficult. I can imagine how those work, right? It's like it's so hard to do that kind of stuff. So I don't think you can do that anymore. I really don't think you can. Would I do it? Absolutely in a heartbeat. I would sign my life over in a heartbeat. But like, I don't know how it's possible anymore these days. It's very difficult.
Would you
Yeah.
ever find yourself on another
No,
dating reality show?
never so. I'm cutting you off right away. No more dating shows for this guy. All right, hear me word. No more. Some of those. I love TV. I love cameras. I love entertaining. I love like making people laugh. But I can't do dating anymore right now. And it has to be a different kind of philosophy of like a dating. Like it won't be like that ever again. No, done.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, man.
That said, do
Yeah,
you think that the idea of finding love can it happen on a reality show?
yeah. I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, it can. Yes, to a certain degree, it's very low, but it can happen. Yes, absolutely. But it's very low. It's
Uh,
very low. It is very, very, very low because I think if the turnaround time would be quicker, it would be better. I think it would happen better. Yes, 100%. But you have such a long time to wait for the show to air. No, it won't happen until if you make you cut in like 4 or 5 months after the show, maybe yes, but it takes too long.
I've obviously now being through 2 reality shows. What
Yeah,
advice do you give to people thinking about going on a Love Is Blind?
I mean it's tough now because like nowadays it's like I think the show's kind of like different. It's way different. Where it's like the authenticity is a little different, and everything. But when I did it, it was because of COVID. COVID was happening. I was bored, and I'm like, you know what? I need to change it up. I need to like do something different. Nowadays, it's like I don't. It's like one of those things where you're like, I don't wish what I went through on my worst enemy, but at the same time, I do because you I grew so much during the time. Like I grew so much. I really did. Um, so it's like do something that makes you uncomfortable. Just do it. It's like you don't have to get married. Go into it with open mind. No one says you have to get married. You don't walk in, meet people. If you don't like it, walk away and leave. You don't have to get married. You don't have to walk. It's like you don't have to. Um, Open mind, and like, it's it. It's like, dude, there's 50 guys, 50 girls. Probably like thousands of people who sign up for the show, right? It's like to keep going with the process, see what happens, because that was the best time of my entire. It was the best time in my entire life. It really was.
What is the biggest misconception about Shayne?
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, we don't have enough time for that. To be honest with you, we don't have enough time because I've watched these shows that are happening. The 3, 4. And it's like I see what everyone's mad about. I see what all this kind of shit's going on right now. I'll be honest with you, I'm very, very disappointed in the fact that people make fun of my ADHD. I think that's honestly absolutely disgusting. Um, yeah, I mean, I get real emotional about that kind of stuff because it's like, um, just because someone thinks it's weird that I'm sitting in a tiny little square talking to a wall and I'm moving around a lot, that it's because I'm on cocaine or I'm on this kind of shit. It's like, dude, it's not normal to do this kind of. It's not normal to sit in a little square for hours and hours and talk to a wall. It's not normal, and people make fun of that on the internet. But like we're all like trying to say, "Whoa, we love mental health. We want to help people. We want to do this. We want to do that." I can promise you, no one does that. No, look at the internet. It's like we don't legit. We don't do it. And it's pathetic. I'm just a different person. I try to be the nicest person, make everyone laugh and whatever it is. But yes, I have a hard time sitting in small circles in a small thing, and like it is what it is. And I don't get why people think it's okay to make fun of that. Like if I came out and I said I had like a horrible disability, then they wouldn't do it, right? But like because I didn't come out with it, then but it's okay. It's okay. Like you see, it's like it's just not okay. Like it's not comedy. Like it's not comedy at all. Like it's yeah, I don't know. That's just that really pisses me off. It makes me sad. It really does make me sad because it's like people are afraid to be themselves, and like not everyone's a boring little fucking, block. Like it's like we're all different. And we accept it. Yeah. So yeah, that like it really that's right. I love it. Like more talk about and like yeah, that's kind of stuff. It's
I
sad,
love
but
that. Yeah, it is, and I appreciate you saying that because for me, like I said, I mean, I'm not just. I mean, I said this at the top of the show. You were the guy. You were on my bucket list. My wife and I, we watched the show together, and we watched the show. We loved you. Like we just, I didn't care about all the other narratives. When I found out, when you don't understand, when I found out you're a perfect match, I was like, we're watching this. Like it's automatic. Shayne's on the show. I can see the genuineness of who Shayne is by watching the show without understanding all of the hate. And I appreciate your honesty on that because
I'm not perfect. I'm not by
no,
any means.
nobody is. Of course not.
I am not perfect by any means. By any means. But the stuff that people come at me with, it's like, dude, we have zero resources on our body. It's like, how do you think I do the stuff I do on TV? I can't do it. Like you just legit have nothing on your body to be able to do this kind of stuff, right? I am just that way. And it's like, would you make fun of a guy who had autism on the show? Like, would you make fun of a person with Tourette's? Or like, would you make fun of those kind of people, right? If they had it, would you? No, you wouldn't. Yeah. But for some reason, I don't like say it out loud. That like I might have. I don't know what. I really don't. I've never got like diagnosed with anything. But like, I know I have ADHD. Yes, but like, it's okay for some reason. Why? Why is that okay? Right? Like, why is that okay? Um, like and the fact that no one like no one like actually like, on the show or anything comes out and helps me like says anything about it. It's like how can I do anything I do, any drugs or whatever it is, because you have nothing on your system. Like, you have nothing. They take everything away from you, and that's the thing I kind of get upset about, because I want to make sure like I get so many DMs about their kids with ADHD, like Shayne, like you're doing this, and like it's great, but like it's also like kind of sad that like this is okay for people to do this. So yeah, that's the one thing I'm gonna try to keep doing more of and whatnot. But like, yeah, it sucks.
Oh no, it's important that to speak about it because it is something that's not funny. It's not everybody. You're right. Not everybody fits in a box. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna fit in the same box, and that's okay. All right. Let's see here. I've got a few quick fire questions for
Let's
you.
do it. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Yeah, let's have fun.
Exactly. Let's have some fun. All right.
Let's go.
So, football or baseball?
What is it?
Football or baseball?
To play or watch?
Watch.
Oh fuck.
I know Cubs are starting to play today. You know what I mean? I know baseball.
I'm a Brewers fan. I'm a Brewers fan.
Oh, you're a Brewer fan. Oh,
and Packers fan.
I forgot.
I will say, if I had to choose one, baseball. I love sitting to a game and watching baseball. I love it.
I see, and this is supposed to be quick fire, but I agree. Going to a baseball game is much more fun than going to a football game. Like all day, every day.
If I was 20 years old, football all day long, because you get drunk, you have fun with your friends. Yes, but now baseball, it's fun. Yes, way more different. Yes.
Hot coffee or cold coffee?
I knew what you're talking. Fuck you. This is cold. Espresso on ice.
Wine or beer?
Oh, beer all day long.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
No.
See, that's why we get along so well. No. Brewers or Packers?
Brewers. Brewers, because the Packers already won a Super Bowl lately. I need to see the Brewers win a World Series. I love it. Yes, I would love it.
All right. As a Packers fan, I need to know your thoughts on the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Bon voyage. Peace. You're done. Good riddance. I thank you. I love you so much. You're a great guy. I love it at all. I'm done with the drama. And I'm a very dramatic person. So it's like, I get it. But like, peace. Like, gone. I'm not getting paid $50 million a year. If I was, then I would love it. But like, no, peace. You're done. Like, I love it. But you're done. So it's like, I love it. But like, it's time. Move on.
I love that. That's all the ones I got for you. But my last question, that was it. I know. What my last question
to you is,
what are you working on now and what's ahead for Shayne?
Yeah, so right now my plan is because Love is Blind, you know, I was in like the worst like mental health of my life because of like my dad passing away and whatnot. And then when Perfect Match happened, like I just like I changed everything about me, my fitness and all that kind of stuff. So me and Izzy from the show, we are creating a fitness plan and all that kind of stuff. We're trying to create a community where it's like cheap for everyone. There's no gimmicks, no nothing about it whatsoever. All we want to do is make sure everyone's comfortable and have fun with the situation. And yeah, we're working on that right now. That's really what I want to do. I want to create an environment where everyone's like, it's not like a fake gimmick kind of bullshit stuff that everyone's like, you know, doing. So that's my game plan with that kind of stuff. And like moving forward, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I do want to do more ADHD stuff. I want to be more, like, you know, vocal about that as well. So yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I spoke to Izzy a couple weeks ago. She's great. She's great. Where can everybody find you on social media?
They already know. I promise. Hey, Mr. Move the Needles, they already know, big boy, okay? They already know. If you don't know, now you know, okay? Listen, if you don't know who I am by now, peace.
We don't care about you.
I'm kidding. Love you guys.